Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, August 25th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Man, that puppy plunge was a blast. I ended up strapping a GoPro on a little tiny corgi that absolutely loves the water, so I should have a fun video a little bit later on this week. And here's one of those hard to wrap your mind around OMG facts. It would take 7 billion particles of fog to fill a teaspoon. And with that, we do have much news to catch up on, so shall we? Saturday afternoon, Annapolis police and fire officials responded to a deceased individual near Ayers T. Allen Memorial Park right off of Chinkapin Round Road and Forest Drive. The body was found at about 4 p.m. close to the Fairfax Road intersection. From a witness, the body appeared to be a male, but that's all we know since the Annapolis Police Department has not made any public notification of the discovery. We do expect to have more details a little bit later today on eyeonannapolis.net. Anne Arundel County Council member Lisa Rodvian has announced that she will not seek re-election when her term ends in 2026, closing out 8 years representing District 6. Rodvian, first elected in 2018, cited her work on education, environmental protection, and affordable housing as key accomplishments. In a Facebook post, she said, "Together we have worked to make significant progress on key issues such as strengthening our public schools, protecting and preserving our local environment, and addressing housing concerns." While stepping away from the council, she pledged to remain engaged in public service and thanked the residents for their support, even closing her message with a nod to Winston Churchill with, "We will never, never, never give up." Well, summer is over and backpacks are out. Anne Arundel County Public Schools open today for the 2025-2026 school year. Officials are urging drivers to slow down, watch for children, and remember that passing a stop school bus with its stop arm out is illegal, and I will add there are cameras on the buses to catch you. Parents are also encouraged to prepare by confirming bus routes, double-checking supply lists, and logging into the parent portal to review schedules and grades. Families should mark important dates from the 25-26 calendar and set early routines to ease the transition back into school. The county also recommends topping up cafeteria accounts and downloading the updated AACPS mobile app for quick access to all of the information you'll need throughout the year. We do have links to all of those at eyeonannapolis.net. This is so cool, and I am glad to see it. But concertgoers at Merriweather Post Pavilion now have a new option to verify their age, Maryland's mobile driver's license. The venue has become one of the first in the nation to accept the digital credential, which can be stored in smartphone wallets like Apple Wallet and Google Wallet. Customers can share only the necessary details for purchases, protecting their privacy while speeding up transactions. That is, if you're looking for an over 21 transaction, it just shows your picture and your date of birth. Doesn't give your address or anything else. Samantha Rocco Canfield of JL Hospitality, which does manage the concessions at Merriweather Post, said that technology will help reduce fraud and streamline service. Maryland's mobile ID is already accepted at airports including BWI, Dulles, and Reagan, as well as certain restaurants, retail stores, and MVA kiosks. I have mine, and I love it when it's accepted. There's still time to sign the petitions on the two major issues in Annapolis, reducing the homestead property tax assessment increase and opening primary elections to nonpartisan voters. Supporters argue that the city's 10% annual cap and an assessment increases puts an undue burden on homeowners compared to the county's 2% cap. For example, one $600,000 home assessed at $744,000 could save nearly $1,600 over 3 years if the city adopted the lower rate. Advocates say that high city taxes drive up housing costs without providing better services in the county, and that reforming the homestead tax credit is key to making housing more affordable. The petition deadline is September 2nd, and residents are being encouraged to act quickly. Once again, we do have the links to those petitions at eyeonannapolis.net. On Friday on Canines and Crosstracks, we met Onyx, a sweet miniature poodle mix, and actually I got a chance to play with him at the Puppy Plunge yesterday as well, which was a lot of fun. Of course, we did have some Subaru news as well, and if you missed it, you want to check it out, and if you can give some love and a home to Onyx, listen and then apply. On Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we sat down with the crew from Anne's Dairy Cream up in Glen Burnie, and they are celebrating their 75th anniversary on Sunday, so you want to plan to go there. But for now, you want to listen, and this episode was really great with a bunch of great people. All right, that's a wrap. First off, thank you, as always, for listening and sharing. And a quick thank you to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, Fish for a Cure, Interim Healthcare of Annapolis, and Annapolis Sailboat and Powerboat Shows. Now you want to stay tuned for your local Anne Arundel County weather, and Anne Covington from CovingtonAlsina is back, as I promised, and rumored to have a boot on her foot, with her Monday Money Report. All that's coming your way in less than a minute.
Ahoy, captains and anglers. What better way to spend a day on the Chesapeake Bay than by fishing and fundraising for a cure? Join us for the 19th annual Fish for a Cure tournament, Paul C. Detter's Captain's Challenge, and Shore Party, Saturday, November 1st at Safe Harbor, Annapolis. Fish for a Cure supports Luminous Health Anne Arundel Medical Center's Gayton and Joanne D. Cesaris Cancer Institute. Event proceeds directly support the Cancer Survivorship Program for patients recovering from all types of cancers. Gather your crew and register your boat today at fishforacure.org. Again, that's fishforacure.org. Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning. Let's take a quick look at what's ahead weather-wise so you can plan your week. Today brings mostly sunny skies with a seasonable high near 81 degrees. Light winds and manageable humidity should make it feel comfortable for late August. This evening turns partly cloudy with temps dropping back into the mid-60s overnight. Tomorrow does stay bright with a touch cooler. Expect mostly sunny skies with a high close to 76, an easy breeze, and a noticeably pleasant feel. Tomorrow night looks mostly clear with lows settling near 62. Wednesday continues the quiet stretch, sunny, dry, and comfortable with a high around 75. And if you're timing errands or maybe a walk, the afternoon bay breeze should keep things feeling crisp rather than sticky. And as we look ahead, Thursday holds sunny skies and highs near the upper 70s. Friday looks very similar, seasonable, mainly dry and close to 80. Saturday keeps that theme going with comfortable humidity and only a minimal chance of any pop-up showers. That's your forecast. Keep the sunglasses handy, maybe stash a light layer for the cooler evenings, and enjoy this stretch of fine weather. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
When someone you love needs care at home, you want more than just help. You want trusted support from people who truly care. That's where Interim Healthcare of Annapolis comes in. Locally owned and serving seniors in Anne Arundel, Baltimore, Charles, Prince George's, and Queen Anne's counties. Interim Healthcare of Annapolis offers personalized in-home care that's flexible, reliable, and compassionate. From Alzheimer's and dementia care to assistance with bathing, dressing, fall prevention, transportation to appointments, and even 24-hour care. Interim of Annapolis also offers respite care to give family caregivers a much-needed break. With Interim Healthcare of Annapolis, you get the backing of a trusted national network and the heart of a hometown provider. Call Art Dandridge at 443-808-1003 or visit interim.com/Annapolis to learn more. That's interim.com/Annapolis. Interim Healthcare of Annapolis. Personalized service at home, peace of mind, and always there when you need care. You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing it can be confusing. Anne Covington, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it for nearly 20 years. Are you ready? Now, here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Anne Covington of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. Last week started on a downward trajectory before a huge recovery on Friday after Jerome Powell's speech. He's the president of the Federal Reserve Bank Board of Governors, and his talk from Jackson Hole seems to indicate that they'll be cutting interest rates soon. The markets have priced in 2 rate cuts this year. with each cut lowering the federal funds rate by 0.25%. Which begs the question, what the heck is the federal funds rate and why does it matter? Most of the money you deposit in the bank has been lent out on credit cards, car loans, mortgages, etc. Banks are required to keep a certain amount in reserve to process customer withdrawals. That number changes every night based on money flows that day. To meet the regulatory requirement, banks with more money than they need lend money overnight to banks that are short. The Federal Reserve Bank, commonly known as the Fed, is known as the lender of last resort. If a bank can't borrow what it needs overnight from other banks, it can borrow from the Fed. The federal funds rate is the target rate for these overnight loans. Banks use that rate as the basis for the prime rate, which determines the interest rates that banks charge for loans. When interest rates go down, businesses save money on interest, which means they can either put that money to use in the business, increased hiring, research and development, marketing, or they can pay out profits to shareholders in the form of dividends. Some companies may purchase their own stock, called a stock buyback or repurchase. It's a sign that the firm's management believes the company's stock price will increase. All this to say, an interest rate cut generally drives stock prices up. And while rates haven't been cut yet, remember that stocks and bonds are priced at what the market believes the price will be in the future. Professional money managers are like Wayne Gretzky, skating to where the puck will be, not where it is now. And the even bigger question becomes, why aren't mortgage rates going down? Mortgage rates are not based on the Fed funds rate. Residential mortgages are based on the 10-year Treasury yield. That's a bond issued by the federal government with repayment in 10 years. That's partly because, while most mortgages are 30-year loans, the average lifespan of one is closer to 12 years. The good news is that mortgages are slowly starting to come down, with the most recent rates for a conventional 30-year mortgage as low as 6.25%. The long-term average rate for a mortgage in the U.S. is about 7.7%. So while rates feel high, they are actually cheap on a historical basis. Your action item this week is to start decluttering. The tax law changes for charitable donations next year, including thrift store donations. Start with one drawer, one cabinet, one closet a week. You've got 4 months to collect all the unnecessary stuff in your house and donate it. Check out our website at CovingtonAlsina.com or our Facebook page for more information on our upcoming educational events. CovingtonAlsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only, not to make an offer, solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk unless otherwise stated and not guaranteed. Be sure to consult a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Covington with CovingtonAlsina.
It's almost time for Annapolis to shine as the sailing capital of the U.S. with not one, but two incredible boat shows coming to town. First up, the Annapolis Power Boat Show, October 2nd through the 5th. Walk the docks and climb aboard the Mid-Atlantic's largest display of power boats. Everything from sleek center consoles and wake boats to trawlers and cruisers. Step inside a working U.S. Navy Yard Patrol training vessel. Take a spin straight from the demo dock and shop the latest gear, gadgets, and marine tech. Don't miss Brokerage Cove, where pre-owned boats are priced to move. Add in food, drinks, live music, and plenty of expert advice. It's the perfect fall day on the water. Then 1 week later is the Annapolis Sailboat Show, October 9th through the 12th. The world's largest sailboat show, right in the heart of America's sailing capital. Tour hundreds of monohulls, multi-hulls, and blue water cruisers in Ego Alley and beyond. Check out the latest sails, rigging, and navigation systems, or take part in classes and on-water workshops like the First Sail Experience. Meet world cruisers, stock up on sailing gear, and soak up that legendary waterfront vibe filled with music, food, and salty stories. 2 world-class shows, 2 unforgettable weekends. Tickets and info for both are available now at AnnapolisBoatShows.com. AnnapolisBoatShows.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.